Hi guys, this is Anthony and I thought today I'd be doing an album review of Gabrielle Aplin's debut album, English Rain, which was released last week and it's reached number 2 on the album charts. Now before I get on to review, you may notice that there's been a slight change of surroundings because I thought I wanted to make my videos a bit more smarter, much more sharper and much more, bit more simple. So I thought I'd get them. My iPod's actually on a tripod, so it's actually filming me from my bedroom with all behind me, as you can see. So it looks a lot more better, I think. It's a bit of an experiment, so bear with me. I just want to say this album is absolutely fantastic. It really does show how British artists can have so much talent in them. Basically, Gabrielle Aplin's only 20 years old, and for a girl that age, she just has loads of potential in her, and I'm sure in years to come that we can hear a lot more music from her. Basically, this is an album which has a lot more tempo and ballads on this rather than upbeat. I may as well say to you now. So if you're into more, much more upbeat, dancey sort of music, I don't think this might be for you. Although it is a really great album nonetheless. So if you like artists like Adele, Ellie Goulding, Birdie, I think you're bound to like this. And this is the standard edition I've got as well. The reason I haven't got the deluxe edition yet is because the HMV by me closed down, of course. So I've had no choice but to get the standard one. But when I do get that other HMV in the city centre, I'm definitely going to get the deluxe and the vinyl, hopefully, because it just looks fantastic. So I'll just go ahead and get started about each track. I'll say a brief comment about each one. The album starts with Panic Chord, which is a very upbeat, positive song. It just sounds really cheerful, and it was the third single off the album, and it was the most recent one released. And it really does fit in well with the vibe of the time of year around, because spring's coming, summer's on the way as well. Even though it's been pretty rubbish, it really does fit in with that sort of vibe, sort of like how the Power of Love is has a wintry feel, and it was released during Christmas, of course. So yeah, great opener. I'm glad they didn't pick a ballad to start the album with, because I don't always think a ballad's the best way to open an album. You just want to jump right in and just get into it straight away. Track number 2 is Keep On Walking, which again is another positive, upbeat song. As soon as it starts, the drums, you can just find yourself going like this to the tune. It has great lyrics as well. What I like about all the lyrics on this album is they've associated with weather inside them, well, into the songs themselves. Gabrielle really does like to use the weather as the surroundings in the storytelling of each song, and she likes a bit of fairy tale and quirkiness in them to make the songs a bit more interesting and not typical drivel. Third track is Please Don't Say You Love Me, which it's the second single off the album, and it has a nice sound to it. It reached number 5, but I do not think it's the best song on the album. I don't think. I think there's a lot more better ballads on the album anyway, in my opinion. Track number 4 is How Do You Feel Today? Sorry about that. A really beautiful ballad. It's soft, and it just makes you appreciate just everything about it. You can just really hear the emotion, the voice, and the lyrics are absolutely fantastic as well. Really brilliant. Definitely one of the best tracks on the album, I think, in my opinion. The next track is Home, track number 5, and basically this is a, there's no place like home sort of song where she really does show that she appreciates home. And listening to it and reading the lyrics themselves, it really does make you realise how much home is important. And you don't really get songs like that in albums, which I find a very standout song from the album. Apparently it's the next single as well, which is great, because it has a different vibe to it compared to all the other singles. Song number 6 is Salvation, and another ballad, but Gabrielle's voice has been really it's put like on an echo machine, so it really does sound powerful, just like the Power of Love does. Yeah, it's just absolutely magnificent, and the piano in the background, it just sounds really enchanting. Track number 7 is Ready to Question, which is a very quirky song. It's it does have a lot of questions in the actual song itself, and you can really relate to the lyrics. A lot of people watching might be related to the lyrics if you listen to them. And then track number 8, of course, is The Amazing Power of Love, which I love the original version by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Amazing song, and then she really did change the song when it was released last Christmas for the John Lewis advert, because now whenever people are going to hear Power of Love, they're just going to associate it with Christmas, snowmen, of course, because John Lewis are really good at like picking songs each year, and it really does make them a big hit, and it sounds really enchanting. I actually listened to it today, and even though we're nearly halfway through the year, it still sounds just as magic as it was like 6 months ago. Track number 9 is Alive, which I don't think it's the best song in the album. I don't think it's another down tempo one. I think it's because I don't find it very memorable enough. I don't think. Number 10 is Human, which it's another upbeat song, you know, because we've had a lot of ballads on the album now. It's just nice to go back to a bit more upbeat songs, and Human's just a great example. And I like the trumpets in the background as well, and it gets very, very interesting towards the end, very catchy. Track number 11 is November, which is probably my second favourite track on the album. I think I just love the sound. I love the beats in it, and Gabrielle's voice. It just sounds serious, but magic at the same time, and they both work together really well. And I love the lyrics as well. I think all the lyrics on this album are absolutely fantastic, and it just sounds really interesting. It could have been a lot worse, I think, but the fact that she's gone down a quite quirky route with her lyrics, like a storyteller, it works really brilliant. And the last song in the album is Start of Time. Again, not one of my favourite tracks in the album, but I do think it's a great way to end the album. It's another ballad, and it plays it very safe. I don't think it's as very interesting as the other songs. Not that it's a bad track at all, it's really great, but just the other tracks just really shine out more compared to that one anyway. Yeah, and that's it. There's 12 tracks in the album. I do know that there's a bonus track on the iTunes album, which I really would like to get, and of course the deluxe, which has a few more tracks. Basically, let's talk about the album cover. It's a very, very simple, dull cover, but I think it does represent the English weather, English rain. Basically, it looks like a photograph of the background of Gabrielle running, the scene in the background running on the grass with an umbrella. And it looks like they've got rid of all the colour in the background to a black and white, just to really showcase how dull English weather can actually be. But at the same time, it doesn't look miserable. It looks quite nice for an English charm. And they've kept the colour on Gabrielle and the umbrella just to really show the colour inside it, in the figures. And the font's very nice as well. It's got a handwriting for the album title, English Rain, and it continues on the back of the album track listing. I'll just come a bit closer actually, and I'll just show you the booklet. And the back of the album booklet has this like a bush with loads of flowers, and again it really does showcase all the colours in this photograph. And each photo inside looks really great, as your lyrics here in the handwritten style at the top, and photos of Gabrielle in the studio. Continues on a bit. Yeah, it's a very, very nice simple booklet, you know, just nothing, you know, spectacular, but it's really, really nice. And it has a thank you page there. And the disc itself is the shape of the umbrella, and I'll just show you here. And the inside disc, where the disc holder is the umbrella. And it has a bit of information. Go to gabrielleaplin.co.uk/bonus with this CD in your computer to access exclusive audio and video, which is very interesting. And out of 10, I would give this album an 8, I think. I think I'm going to miss the 2 points off because one point is I haven't heard the deluxe edition yet, and I think if I want to listen to the whole album as a complete set, it's best to listen to the deluxe, so I might give it a 9 when I listen to it. And the other 1% off is lack of up-tempo songs, but I know that Gabrielle Aplin's not the type of person to just release loads of, you know, cheerful, upbeat music. You know, sometimes it just doesn't happen with certain artists. But I'm really, really pleased with the results so far, and it's in my contender of top 5 albums of this year. Even though I do prefer Bad Bruce's album to this one, I think it's because Bad Bruce's album blew me away a lot more. But this is a really great album. I really do recommend it to anyone if you're interested. And yeah, it's just a shame that Panic Chord reached number 19 on the charts. I think it deserves a much higher peak position, in my opinion. Absolutely fantastic track, and I really am looking forward to a second album, which hopefully will have a bit more upbeat stuff. But very, very talented artist with a fantastic debut under her belt, and all I can say is amazing. I hope you enjoyed it, everyone, the review and the new surroundings, of course, and speak to you soon.